Starting Thursday, terminally ill people in Delaware will have the right to end their lives with medical aid. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight is a lawsuit dismissed surrounding an issue wrapped in emotion.
The End of Life Options Act, or medical aid in dying, gives terminally ill adults with 6 months or less to live the option to receive a lethal dose of medication. The law was signed by Governor Meyer earlier this year and will take effect in Delaware January 1st. But a lawsuit challenging medical aid in dying hoped to stop the law. But new today, a setback to those opponents. Coast TV News reporter and anchor Christina DeRobertis in our newsroom. And Christina, that lawsuit was dismissed today.
Yeah, Maddie, and the group of plaintiffs were hoping if they couldn't stop the law, they could at least delay the rollout. But a district court judge will not hear their arguments. And medical aid in dying, or as some call it, assisted suicide, has been stirring controversy in Delaware for about 10 years now. That debate is still passionate today.
Doctor doesn't have to be real.
This is Denise McMullen Powell. She has post-polio syndrome and has spent most of her life using a wheelchair. McMullen Powell is one of the plaintiffs trying to stop Delaware's medical aid in dying law, arguing it could put vulnerable people at risk.
Some people might take it just because of the availability of it, and just because sometimes people are made to feel that they're a burden on their family from their disability, or that they're not of value, or that it's going to cost too much to make you better or to preserve your life.
Tuesday, a district court judge dismissed the case entirely, siding with the national nonprofit Compassion and Choices, which intervened in the case. Vicki George is one of the people that group represents.
I'm so excited. I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved that the courts saw it the same way.
George also navigates life in a wheelchair and says her support for medical aid in dying comes from personal experience.
My sister died a horrific death of cancer, and she lived in a different state, which did not offer medical aid in dying. She didn't allow her family to see her because she was in so much pain. So my mom was denied the opportunity to see her child. No one should go through that. Had medical aid in dying been available to her in a state, she could have died with dignity and peace, no suffering.
But McMullen Powell questions if doctors will make decisions carelessly. And she worries that inaccessible and unaffordable health care could pressure people into a decision.
It is a fight for our lives, because it's not a law that you can remedy or take back later or fix it. When you're dead, you're dead.
George, however, says the law protects patients and gives them dignity in death.
If anybody were to take a look at the bill, they would know that everything is in there to safeguard everybody in any situation that came up during the last 10 years.
Two women, both passionate about life but divided over the right to die. For Coast TV News, I'm Christina DeRobertis. Now, while that lawsuit was dismissed today, McMullen Powell and the plaintiffs say they plan to file an appeal as soon as possible. But for now, people in Delaware can start the process of medical aid in dying on Thursday. Back to you.
We mentioned safeguards in the medical aid in dying law. Here's what they are. You can't just go get the medication. 2 doctors must confirm the patient is terminally ill, has 6 months or less to live, and then can make that decision with sound mind. The patient also must submit a written request witnessed by 2 people, and they can change their mind at any time. Doctors have to make sure the choice is voluntary, and there is also a 48-hour waiting period after the request.